Welcome everybody to episode 4 of the Home Tech Half Hour with Chris Gamble from Customised. Live on Facebook, our 4th episode, really happy with the way it's going. We're going to stick with the script from last time, so we're going to kick off with the Smart Home Product Spotlight after our Twitter poll that ran this week. We're going to then dive into the Q&A. We've got a couple of questions that we've had this week and things that we've been asked whilst we're out and about on our installations. And finally, we've got a tech tip, which this week is on Sonos. And the reason I thought I'd pick up on Sonos was because we have an event today at our offices, 2 p.m. till 4 p.m, which I've got to get ready for after this, where we've got a Sonos event and we're showing the full Sonos range of products to visitors, and I'm also going to do some live videos on both, well in fact I'm going to go all 3, Instagram, Facebook and Periscope. I'm going to do some short videos on all of them, so you can catch up with things like that later today, what we're doing. During the live stream, please ask questions. If there's something you want me to go over again, or something you feel that I've not covered during especially the product spotlight, let me go back over that, ask the question. Comment as well if you've got any queries on what I've said, okay? And if you could share this video, I'd be much appreciated. So our Twitter poll this week, again 4 products, and the winner this week was the Logitech Harmony Elite. Now, this is Logitech Harmony Elite in front of me. It's a package from Logitech, a company that are well known for making everything from keyboards and mice to video conference cameras, CCTV cameras, and smart home control products, or audio video control products, remote controls. So the Elite is their flagship combination, where you get the Logitech Harmony Hub and it's paired with the Logitech Harmony 950 remote. Individually, they can be bought. You could start with the hub and add the remote, or start with the remote and add the hub. Remote on its own is a infrared remote control, line of sight to your Skybox TV, Apple TV, DVD player, things like that. For it to control smart home products, that's where the hub's needed. So the hub connects onto your home's Wi-Fi, searches for compatible devices like Nest, Sonos, your Amazon Echo products, maybe Philips Hue light bulbs, and will control even more devices than what you may have previously had control of with just the remote control. So together, a very powerful combination. The hub on its own is able to control the smart home products which we talked about, and it will also control the audio video products. So your Skybox and things like that, it will control it. It would sit in your furniture nearby your TV, or in some cases further away from your equipment, so that it can fire commands to set-top boxes and the TV, plus smart home control. Now, in this setup, you've only got an app to control your Logitech system, or you could use Amazon Echo voice commands to control this. The hub on its own is £99 retail, although there's always offers we've found on some of the online retailers. Adding the remote puts the package to £299, and you can buy the remote control on its own for $229. These are the full retail prices, but again, have a look online for special offers on these. There's always, Amazon for me has always got a deal on Logitech. So, if this is app only, this adds all the remote control functions. So you're going to declutter your living room. You're going to get rid of all your existing remotes, you know, the complicated audio-visual receiver if you've got a cinema setup, the clunky Samsung TV remote control or Panasonic TV remote, the Skybox, the DVD player. We've been to households and seen setups with 5 or 6 remote controls. People have stickers on the back of them because the DVD one looks similar to the TV remote. This combines everything into one remote control. And when you set it up, or your installer sets it up, they specify which make and model of products you've got and compile that into one device. Then the process to make it easy to control is you create activities. Now, an activity could be, for example, watch TV. So the process for watch TV is turn on the Panasonic TV, turn on Sky Q, change the TV to HDMI 1, and that would all happen from a single button press on the Logitech Harmony remote control. Equally, from the app, you get a mirror. You get the same activities. You know what activity is running. So if you want to change activities on either the remote or the app, and I'm going to show you the app. I'm going to AirPlay to the screen behind me in a moment, show you the app. I'm also going to run through some of the functions that we've got set up with Harmony. If you had an activity called Listen to Sonos, you could press that, it would turn off the television. It would open up communication with the Sonos speakers that you've got in your house. It would potentially start streaming a playlist that you had on your account, and you're up and running. So it's done all the hard work. It's turned off the TVs, it's selected the right output, and it's even teed up some music for you. And that, for a long time, that was the traditional setup for anybody with Logitech: app and remote control. Now, in this era of voice control, we're able to blend in Amazon Echo control, so we can issue a voice command of the same phrase. So, Madam A, turn on Apple TV, turn on Watch TV. The same phrase that you've pressed the button several times, hundreds of times, you can now talk to your voice assistant and it will trigger that activity. The app allows you to manage your Harmony setup, and you can add activities, edit activities, add devices if you purchase new products. I think we're at a good point to maybe show you on the screen, even with my back to the TV at the moment, because this remote control is live, so I can use this one. So I have a touch screen here, and I'm presented with activities. We've got watch TV, play Xbox, listen to Sonos, watch Netflix, and watch Apple TV. So several activities there. It's currently on watch Apple TV. I'm going to go into that activity because it's already running, and I can control Apple TV. I can navigate around the familiar interface of Apple TV. If I want to come away from Apple TV and just watch normal Freeview, it's the Freeview that we've got built into the TV here. I've pressed the touch screen, watch TV. Apple TV's turned off. The TV's come on. And now the remote control is now providing me with some presets for different channels. I can adjust the volume of the Sonos. If I don't want to watch TV anymore, I want to switch over to play Xbox. Now, because I've got the Harmony hub in this setup, when I scanned for devices, it found an Xbox One in our setup here on our network. The controls of the Xbox are actually going over internet protocol, so it's going through my router. It's not a line of sight infrared. An Xbox doesn't have that receiver functions. So it's come up with my welcome screen on Xbox. I can navigate around the Xbox without even reaching for the Xbox controller, which you might see on the piece of furniture there. And I've started to watch a film because we use the Xbox as our Blu-ray player here. Okay, so that'll load up whatever disc is in there. If I want to turn things off, I've got TV on, I've got Xbox playing. I just hit the top button. We've got a hard button here called off. I just hit that. It's going to turn off the TV, Xbox, anything else that was left on. So if the Apple TV was being used by someone else in another room, I don't know what setup you might have, but it turns off everything in that cabinet plus the TV. When I'm not needing to use the remote control and to keep it charged, I have a docking charger for it. That just connects on a micro USB. It comes in the package, all boxed up. This is the Harmony Elite package here. Its little brother is the Harmony Companion, and for sure we can talk about this another time. Very similar setup, but you have no touchscreen on the remote, only a hard button remote only. Some people prefer this one for one reason: it has a numerical keypad, the 1 to 0 button layout, and that is sacrificed because of the touchscreen, that you don't have the numbers there. So some people go for this because of that, the numbers keys on there. Right, so what I'm going to do now, let's use Harmony. So I'm going to watch Apple TV. So I'm going to press that activity, and then I'm going to AirPlay. I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to AirPlay the Harmony app up onto the TV. Okay? So there you go. It's turned on the TV to the right input, turned on Apple TV, and we're ready to go. So it's possible that we might get away without moving the camera, and that would be my ideal scenario. So let me pull up the Harmony app, and then let me mirror to Apple TV. Okay? So I'm not sure the quality on this. Maybe I can zoom in. I'm sure you can see this. So on my iPad, I've got instant feedback that I'm watching Apple TV. Okay? I've got the controls here for Apple TV, up, down, left, right, and the enter button. I've got the back key or menu for stepping back if you're familiar with Apple TV. And I've got play, pause, skip, and volume. I also have my other activities available down the side. So I've got Watch TV, the Xbox, the Netflix, and Sonos. And down the right hand side, I have my devices. And the reason they are there is if I wanted to do a specific command for the TV, it might be subtitles or menu or some audio parameters of the TV specifically. If I go into the TV, it'll give me all the buttons that would be on the original TV remote control. But when Logitech sets up the app control, it moves a lot of those buttons to this area because they're not frequently used. And that, for me, is one of the most efficient things about an all-in-one remote control with Logitech, is you get that efficient user interface, that efficient experience. But if I did want to, do some advanced features of the TV or Apple TV or Xbox, yeah, it's giving me lots of options, but it's very rare you would use that, but there might be one specific reason why. So if I come back over to my activity, so we're going to lose AirPlay here because I'm going to switch activity, but you can see how I can, if I press watch Netflix, This is coming away from Apple TV, opening up features built into the Panasonic TV we have here. And it's pulled up the familiar welcome screen. Now if you can see here, it's now changed from what Apple TV was offering me to now TVs related, controls related to the TV and the app that I'm in. So I can navigate around Netflix, where previously I was navigating around Apple TV. And if I go back to Apple TV, we'll get this mirrored again. So we're back where we were. If we want to turn everything off, we've got a highlighted button there for off. And we've also got some advanced features which are normally to do with the setup, or if you've got multiple Harmony hubs, you might have one controlling TV in a playroom, kids room, and one in the living room. This is where you would switch between hubs in the home. So you can have multiple ones of these and multiple remote controls. So we'll come off AirPlay. We'll just check the live stream to see if we've had any questions. If I get up to speed. Right, has anybody got any questions on that Harmony setup that we just went through? I hope the app was clear enough, mirroring it to the TV. Okay, so some comments we've had here. Great to see some people joining in on the live stream again. JJ Cannon, all the way from Texas. We've got an international flavour here. We've got David from iSight up in Scotland. Both very familiar with the Logitech setup. JJ, a lot of experience. David, a new user of it, but I think your initial experience has been very positive. And I know you reached out to us just to ask a few questions about it, which was awesome. Big fan of collaboration between smart home professionals. So this is the Logitech Harmony setup. It's win-win all the way with this. Get rid of all your remotes. One elegant and convenient remote control for your lounge or your TV room. A hub which blends with smart home products and gives you app control. And then the final benefit is you're also bringing in voice control if you've already got Amazon Echo products. So I'm going to put my neck on the line and I'm going to initiate a voice command. Computer, turn on watch TV.
Sorry, I didn't want to watch TV.
Computer, turn on Netflix.
Okay.
Right, so I've sent a command. It's not going to work, is it? Never work with kids, animals. Oh, here we go. Right, or Alexa. So I've issued a voice command to an Amazon Echo Show. With a slight delay. We're running on a 4G internet connection here. We've changed our activity just with a voice command. I've not touched the remote or the app. So that's the ultimate convenience. And I can say, computer, turn on Apple TV.
Okay.
So I've issued another command there, and we'll see if this happens. It's happened. Okay, right. Just to wrap up on Harmony, again, the price $299 for the two products together. They can be bought individually, and you can add and blend them together later if there's an initial budget restraint. Remote only, lots of control of set-top boxes, TVs, amplifiers, all your traditional remote control devices. Adding the hub brings in smart home features and app. Other things that we've controlled with this by integrating this into the home, light bulbs, door locks, Nest thermostats, motorized blinds, all controlled via the Logitech app or voice commands. Issue that voice command and it will trigger an activity, or it will issue a command. You can ask Madam A for channel app or channel a specific one like BBC, and we'll do more videos with this. I know we're trying to fit a lot into 15-20 minutes here. It can be installed yourself, and if you're tech savvy enough, I think you will get through a setup of this yourself. However, we've revisited a number of existing setups where homeowners have had an attempt, haven't had the success right away, and have either stopped using it altogether, or they've got it set up badly in that they've not got the activities right, they've got the models wrong of products. So if this is the kind of product you like the look of and you see the need for it in your living room, definitely seek out your local home technology professional, a company like Customised. Look out for them. So putting Harmony to one side, this is the kind of branding you should be looking for. You'll see it on the Logitech.com, excellent website. If you're in the UK, it will push you towards the UK shop. There's lots of good videos there and more information. But if you've got any questions, please follow it up with us. So going into the tech Q&A, as always, we've had lots of questions on social media this week from our followers. And there's two questions I'm going to address today. The first one is a wiring query again. This is a hot topic we get from people. People doing a renovation, maybe remodeling their home, or they're doing new construction. They're struggling with what cables to put where and how many cables to put in the right place. So we visited a client this week who asked us a question at the beginning of the week on social media. I'm having a bit of a nightmare with our wiring. We don't know what to put where. So we visited. It was local to us. And they had already plasterboarded and plastered the house, and under the electrician's instructions they'd run some cables. All that they had put to TVs was a single coaxial cable, and they were worried that they weren't going to be able to get smart TV, connect up to Sky boxes, which they wanted to be in a central location, and they had fears about Wi-Fi coverage in the home and things like that. We are able to help them with that, but under their own steam, they would be faced with a real problem doing the technology distribution that they were talking about. So our golden rule for wiring is be sensible. Don't just throw cables all over the house. Don't have dozens and dozens of Cat6 outlets in a bedroom. Don't have dozens of Cat6 outlets in hallways and lobbies and things like that. Be sensible with it, but golden rule, if it's a TV, use 3 Cat6 cables where your TVs are going, plus 2 coaxial cables. If you're not familiar with those terms, Cat6 and coax, the easiest way is to reach out to somebody like myself on social media to explain it. Another step would be to get in touch with somebody like Cedia, and that's spelled C for Charlie, E for Echo, D for Delta, I for India, A for Alpha. They are the trade body for home technology professionals. Reach out to them. They actually provide a free download of their wiring guidelines, which is something that is easy to follow, and you'll get an understanding of what your home wiring is. And we follow that to the large majority of times. And so we put 3 Cat6 cables, 2 coax cables. If you've got a home office or an area you're earmarked for a study, minimum of 2 Cat6 cables at the desk location. where you have areas where you want to have a telephone, where you want to have maybe a bedside internet connection if needed, put single Cat6s as a minimum to these locations. Ideally, again, 2 Cat6s where you want telephones, other computer connections or network connections. If you're going to have any external connections in the building like CCTV, doorbells, Wi-Fi access points outside, run a single Cat6 cable to these positions as a minimum, a single as a minimum. And then internally, where you would want Wi-Fi, research Wi-Fi devices. They're normally ceiling or wall mounted, so install a single Cat6 to these positions as well. So in a typical 3-bedroom house, you would expect to have between 12 and 24 Cat6 cables, or maybe 6 to 10 or 12 coaxial cables. That's all your internal cables. They would all go back to one position in the home, all back to a central cupboard. For that centralization to work correctly, you need all your services coming to there as well. And when I talk about services, I'm talking about the BT master socket needs to be there. The connections from the satellite dish and aerial need to be there. If you've got Virgin or a cable provider, their connection needs to come in there as well, because that central place is where you're going to locate your modem, your router, potentially your skyboxes, your set-top boxes for TV could go there. You know, you could equally put them in the rooms that they're going, but this wiring will give you flexibility for that. You may also put CCTV recording equipment there in that central place. Your amplifier for distributing TV, so maybe just traditional Freeview, put your amplifier there as well. And by doing that, you're building up what I call a smart home hub in the core of the home, where you're able to distribute technology to the rooms you need it. Just to repeat, seek out Cedia, look for the link to download the wiring guidelines. If you want a paper copy, get in touch with them. If anybody wants a copy from myself, we have a bundle of them in the office. We send them out regularly to people that are making initial inquiries, and we also bring it with us to surveys. So I've gone a bit deeper on the wiring, probably more than I wanted to, but I feel it just needs emphasised at least once a month on this show. Those people really screwed up by putting a single coax, and if they hadn't reached out to us, they would be in a technology nightmare, a home of the past. We're going to be able to do something with them, but there's still going to be a lot of disruption to the home just to get some cables in, but we've tried to be really efficient with them. So I know we're running up on our time. I'm going to just dive into the tech tip this week. I'm also conscious I've got our Sonos event today, 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. The full suite of Sonos products on display at the Customised Experience Centre in Loddon, 2 till 4. The tech tip is on Sonos, and a lot of homeowners who have bought Sonos in the past, or they're thinking of buying Sonos, they've tried to run their Sonos setup on their existing Wi-Fi, and they found it to be a little bit patchy and not what they were expecting in terms of the Sonos music experience. This product is what you need. If you're suffering from poor Sonos coverage and dropouts, it's probably because some of the Sonos speakers are not getting a good connection back to your broadband router, which is outputting your Wi-Fi signal. By adding the Sonos Boost, it takes all your Sonos products off your home Wi-Fi. So instantly you're freeing up some traffic on the network there. The Boost sets up its own Sonos network, and it acts as a mesh so that this gets a connection to the first Sonos product. The second Sonos product can go through the first one to get back to Boost. So it's making it really efficient to take your existing Sonos products off of your busy Wi-Fi network, creates its own Sonos network, and should, this is a very, very good product. It should cure the dropouts, any buffering and streaming, obviously subject to broadband speed. But if you have a Sonos set up and you are struggling a bit with it, then look at adding the Boost. It's a £100 or £99 product, and it will just free up traffic on your network, set up a Sonos network, and give you music streaming utopia that you hoped for. So thank you everyone for joining in. I see lots of comments here. Let's just check if there's any questions. So some people, Billy Cali, thanks for joining in again, Billy. I know you were first time viewer last week. So you've got the bridge. The bridge does do exactly the same. This is the new version of the bridge. Better performance. We found this to have better coverage, but the bridge will do a similar job. This is the new version of the bridge, and we found the performance of this to be much better at creating that Sonos network. So everybody that's joined in live, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the comments. If you want to catch up with what we do every week, best place is probably to follow our Instagram story at Customised1 on Instagram. We've put a ton of content out on there every day. Also check us out on Twitter at Customised, and obviously on Facebook where you're watching this. Please share the video if you found it helpful. If you know somebody that's having a wiring nightmare, a Sonos, less than satisfactory Sonos experience with the coverage, and more importantly, anybody that you think should have a Harmony remote control. If you visit a friend's later at the weekend and see 4 remote controls on the arm of the sofa, you just have to say, why don't you have Harmony? Check out this video from Customised. So thanks for joining in. Any questions after, message us. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Look out for videos this afternoon from our Sonos event, and keep in touch, guys. Episode 5 next Saturday, 12 PM again. Twitter poll going up on Monday. Have a great weekend, and we'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.